Coriander roots have a deeper, more intense flavor than the leaves and are used in a variety of Asian cuisines, especially in Thai dishes such as soups or curry pastes. Fresh leaves and dried seeds are the most commonly used in cooking, but all parts of the plant are edible, and the roots are an important element of Thai cooking. Coriander is used in cuisines throughout the world. The leaves are variously referred to as coriander leaves, fresh coriander, Chinese parsley, or, in the US and commercially in Canada, cilantro. The fresh leaves are an ingredient in many foods, such as chutneys and salads, salsa, guacamole, and is a widely used garnish for soup, fish, and meat. As heat diminishes their flavor, coriander leaves are often used raw or added to the dish immediately before serving. In Indian and Central Asian recipes, coriander leaves are used in large amounts and cooked until the flavor diminishes. The leaves spoil quickly when removed from the plant and lose their aroma when dried or frozen. The taste of the leaves and the seeds are distinct. The seeds exhibit citrus overtones. The dry fruits are coriander seeds. The word coriander in food preparation may refer solely to these seeds as a spice rather than the plant. The seeds have a lemony citrus flavor when crushed due to terpenes linalool and pinene. It is described as warm, nutty, spicy, and orange flavored. Coriander is commonly found both as whole dried seeds and in ground form. Roasting or heating the seeds in a dry pan heightens the flavor, aroma, and pungency. Ground coriander seed loses flavor quickly in storage and is best ground fresh. Coriander seed is a spice in garam masala and Indian curries, which often employ the ground fruits in generous amounts together with cumin, acting as a thickener in a mixture called dhani and jeera. Roasted coriander seeds, called dhani and dal, are eaten as a snack. Outside of Asia, coriander seed is used widely for pickling vegetables. In Germany and South Africa, the seeds are used while making sausages. In Russia and Central Europe, coriander seed is an occasional ingredient in rye bread, e.g. Borodinsky bread, as an alternative to caraway. The Zuni people of North America have adapted it into their cuisine, mixing the powdered seeds ground with chili, using it as a condiment with meat, and eating leaves as a salad. Coriander seeds are used in brewing certain styles of beer, particularly some Belgian wheat beers. The coriander seeds are used with orange peel to add a citrus character. Coriander seeds are one of the key botanicals used to flavor gin. One preliminary study showed coriander essential oil to inhibit gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, including Staphylococcus aureus, Enterococcus faecalis, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and Escherichia coli. Coriander is listed as one of the original ingredients in the secret formula for Coca-Cola. All parts of the plant are edible, but the fresh leaves and the dried seeds, which are both a herb and a spice, are the parts most traditionally used in cooking. Most people perceive coriander as having a tart, lemon-lime taste, but to nearly a quarter of those surveyed, the leaves taste like dish soap, linked to a gene that detects some specific aldehydes that can produce soapy sensation from the odorant substances. The essential oil from coriander leaves and seeds contains mixed polyphenols and terpenes, including linalool as the major constituent accounting for the aroma and flavor of coriander. About 80% of identical twins shared the same preference for the herb, but fraternal twins agreed only about half the time, strongly suggesting a genetic component to the preference. In a genetic survey of nearly 30,000 people, 2 genetic variants linked to the perception of coriander have been found, the most common of which is a gene involved in sensing smells. The gene OR6A2 lies within a cluster of olfactory receptor genes, and encodes a receptor that is highly sensitive to aldehyde chemicals. Flavor chemists have found that the coriander aroma is created by a half-dozen substances, most of which are aldehydes. Those who dislike the taste are sensitive to the offending unsaturated aldehydes and, at the same time, may be unable to detect the aromatic chemicals that others find pleasant. Association between its taste and several other genes, including a bitter taste receptor, have also been found. Coriander grows wild over a wide area of Western Asia and Southern Europe, prompting the comment, "It is hard to define exactly where this plant is wild and where it only recently established itself." Recent works suggested that coriander accessions found in the wild in Israel and Portugal might represent the ancestor of the cultivated coriander. They have low germination rates and a small vegetative appearance. The accession found in Israel has an extremely hard fruit coat. 15 desiccated mericarps were found in the pre-pottery Neolithic B level, 6 to 8,000 years ago, of the Nahal Himar cave, published in Kislev 1988, and 11 from approximately 8,000–7,500 years ago in pre-pottery Neolithic C in Atlat Yam, published as Kislev et al. 2004, both in Israel. If these finds do belong to these archaeological layers, they are the oldest find of coriander in the world. About 500 milliliters of coriander mericarps were recovered from the tomb of Tutankhamun, and because this plant does not grow wild in Egypt, Zohary and Hoff interpret this find as proof that coriander was cultivated by the ancient Egyptians. The Ebers Papyrus, an Egyptian text dated around 1550 BC, mentioned uses of coriander. Coriander seems to have been cultivated in Greece since at least the 2nd millennium BC. One of the linear B tablets recovered from Pylos refers to the species as being cultivated for the manufacture of perfumes. It was used in two forms, as a spice for its seeds and as an herb for the flavor of its leaves. This appears to be confirmed by archaeological evidence from the same period. The large quantities of the species retrieved from an early Bronze Age layer at Setagroi in Macedonia could point to cultivation of the species at that time. Later, coriander was mentioned by Hippocrates around 400 BC, as well as Dioscorides 65 AD. Cilantro is the Spanish word for coriander, also deriving from coriandrum. It is the common term in American English for coriander leaves due to their extensive use in Mexican cuisine.